This lady's upset that Robert De Niro went there and said some words. Like, De Niro says some words, that needs to be sued. These people go there and say words. It's heroic and great and awesome, and they should all be saluted and respected. Robert De Niro calls Trump a clown outside trial in Biden campaign message. I've been saying Trump's a clown for a very long time. He is a clown. I mean that quite, like, literally. Like, Donald Trump has crazy colored hair, like a clown. It's a weird shape, like a clown. Trump has a painted face, like a clown. Trump's clothes don't fit, like a clown. Trump stands on stage to cheering crowds and tells jokes and loves the interaction he gets from them. He feeds off the crowd, like a clown. I mean, quite literally. We had a clown president. If you're watching, press the subscribe button, press the like button, press the thumbs up. Subscribing is scientifically proven to make me happier, and it'll probably make you happier too. So you should do that. He has a painted face and crazy hair. He's a clown. And I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean that in the quite literal way. Literally, a clown. Actually, trying to make people laugh. I don't get it.
I am imagining the Joker movie.
Yeah, the Joker movie. We had our Joker president. We had a Joker president. It was Donald Trump, and it was bad, and it's going to get worse next time. Let's hear what Mr. De Niro has to say.
I owe this city a lot, and that's why it's so weird that Donald Trump is just across the street, because he doesn't belong in my city. I don't know where he belongs, but he certainly doesn't belong here. Somehow he even got self-styled patriots to support a man who called for terminating the Constitution, and on January 6th rallied an angry mob to threaten democracy, leaving death and destruction in its wake. That's why I needed to be involved and wanted to be involved in the new Biden-Harris ad, because it shows the violence of Trump and reminds us that he'll use violence against anyone who stands in the way of his megalomania and greed. When Trump ran in 2016, it was like a joke. This buffoon running for president. No, never could happen. We'd forgotten the lessons of history that showed us other clowns who weren't taken seriously until they became vicious dictators. With Trump, we have a second chance, and no one is laughing now. This is the time to stop him by voting him out once and for all. We don't want to wake up after the election saying, "What, again?
Again?
My God, what the hell have we done?" We can't have that happen again. If he gets in, I can tell you right now, he will never leave. He will never leave. You know that. He will never leave.
He didn't want to leave last time.
What does that mean? Is that the country we want to live in? Do we want him running this country and saying, "I'm not leaving, I'm dictator for life"?
All right, so Robert De Niro went to the courthouse, and you can probably already imagine what the right wing is saying. I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, hey, good job, Robert De Niro, using your free speech and coming out there and telling us how you feel and telling us what you think and using that First Amendment in the way that you feel necessary. I'm kidding. I'm joking. That's not what they said. They hate it because he's using his free speech wrong. They're upset at him for doing the thing that they've been doing for the past couple of weeks. So let's look at what they had to say about it. Here is Fox News crazy people complaining about De Niro. Here we go.
He sent the campaign to do a speech across the street from the jury trial. And I actually think that will probably be, it could be that they could file a lawsuit about that, because I think that it is against the law and against the rights of a defendant and the former president, and that it's tampering with the jury. I would say that's my opinion.
They're tampering with the jury. Maybe have you looked at your own side? Have you looked at these clowns? Look at these guys. Third in line, Speaker of the House, is here telling you that the trial shouldn't be going on. talking about how it shouldn't have happened and that there was no crime. Vivek Ramaswamy wants to be vice president. Absolutely on board for the Trump campaign. Wants to be a part of it. Wants to be involved with it. Is there talking about how it is a incorrect trial and he slanders and maybe even goes around the gag order to help Donald Trump get his message out. And this is allowed, but Robert De Niro isn't. You see, targeted the judge's daughter and doxed potential jurors. That's okay, Shinsinto. You see the difference is that when you do bad things to help Donald Trump, that's allowed. But if you do legal things like speaking and talking and discussing things rationally to help Joe Biden, that's political and not allowed. You see how the Republicans have this organized. You are allowed to go to that courthouse and give a stump speech for Donald Trump. That's just your First Amendment. You are not allowed, however, to go to the courthouse, give a stump speech for Joe Biden. That is illegal and it ought to be sued, and it cannot be allowed. The right wing, as usual, doesn't care about your rights. They don't care about the First Amendment. They care about their First Amendment. They don't care about the First Amendment, largely, for everyone, encompassing all of us. No. Not important. Nobody cares. Liberal cuck bullshit. They care about their First Amendment. Their First Amendment is the one that matters. That's what's important. They need to be allowed to say whatever they want, even if it's a lie, to defend Donald Trump. If you tell true things about Donald Trump that harm him, you're just being fucking political. This is how their brain works. This is how they think. This is why I keep talking about them and pointing at them and reading what they have to say, and it's insane. Right wing does not want you to say things they don't like. That's the end of it. That's their entire First Amendment, is Republicans get to say what Republicans want, and if you disagree with them, you get shut down, you get canceled, you get turned off, you are not allowed, you get sued. Out. They think that's the political speech. Everything they agree with is right, proper, and common sense, and everything they disagree with is political. And then they complain about you being political and politicizing everything. Christ almighty. Dude, this is insane. This photo is allowed, and this is fine and normal and great, and this lady's upset that Robert De Niro went there and said some words. Like, De Niro says some words, that needs to be sued. These people go there and say words. It's heroic and great and awesome, and they should all be saluted and respected. You have no ethics, Fox News. Dana Perino, you have no idea what you're talking about. Is she intentionally dishonest? I don't think so. I think that they're just brain rotten. They don't think that they're being political. Vivek Ramaswamy going to that trial was not a political stance, according to her. Wasn't a political thing that he went there and talk shit about the judge and talk shit about the judge's daughter and talk shit about people involved with the trial and talk shit about the witnesses and read Donald Trump's script. That's not political. In her mind, that's not political.